Hey there, happy Monday everybody! Stuff. Hey there, happy Monday everybody! So originally I planned on doing some raspberry ice cream this week, but I had some strawberries and blueberries that I didn't get around to eating during the week for lunch or dinner. So I have roasted some raspberries, blueberries, and strawberries in the oven at 400 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes, just until they start to look a little bit on the dry side in some of the strawberries, and they've really given off a lot of their juice. So I'm going to start by just getting all of this fruit into our saucepan, along with all of that juice. Our 2/3 of a cup of sugar, and just over medium heat I'm going to cook that a little bit more just to get the rest of that fruit broken down and let it sort of give off its syrupy goodness, sort of reduce some of the water content. That's also why we roasted those berries. That sort of drives off some of the water so that we're not just left with a soupy consistency at the end. So at this point, the berries have had some time to reduce a little bit and break down some, but I really want them to be as well incorporated as possible, so I'm going to use the immersion blender and just sort of mash up whatever's left. And now we're going to start introducing our ice cream ingredients. So the standard 1 cup of whole milk and 1 cup of heavy cream, nice pinch of salt, and a good squeeze of vanilla bean paste. And we'll just bring that on back up to a simmer. Now that didn't take too long because those berries were pretty warm to start with. So we have our 4 egg yolks. The purple and the yellow do not make for the most appealing color. We'll see what this final color looks like. We may have to add some food coloring just so it doesn't look so unappealing. Okay. Looks good. Kill the heat and slide it on back. Now because there are so many solids and I really want some good leverage to push on the berries, I'm going to strain into my Pyrex very slowly. Now if you really wanted to, you could just add the berries in at the end if you don't mind all the seeds. I've never been a big fan of raspberries only because of the seeds. I love the flavor, but I don't know, there's something about the crunch of a blueberry, or I'm sorry, of a raspberry or even a blackberry that just, I don't know, it's a texture thing. But I'm gonna strain it out because I don't want it in my ice cream. Okay, I think we're down to mostly berry solids, and I can tell that the blueberries did not blend very well when I hit them with the immersion blender. I don't know if maybe there just wasn't enough liquid to blend efficiently. So we're just going to go ahead and push on these with some decent leverage. And I think we're down to pretty much just fruit pulp and seeds, and all of this could have been in the ice cream, and I'm kind of glad it's not. So into my container, get this poured in, and I don't know that we're gonna need the full cup of heavy cream to bring us up to 3 cups because there's a lot of juice in those berries. And we're pretty much at that 3 cup line, but I'm going to add just, that's probably a half cup more. Just, in this case, it's mostly for texture and less for flavor. Okay, let's see. I think that should churn up fairly well. So we'll go ahead and get this into the fridge. All right, let's get our triple berry ice cream churning away. That poured pretty smoothly. I didn't see any large chunks of fruit. We will be back in a half hour. All right, let's get this triple berry ice cream into a container. This one took quite a while to churn, though out of full transparency, I used the ice bath method instead of putting it in the fridge, and it just may not have been cold enough before I started churning. We'll see if that has an effect on the final texture after it has a chance to freeze hard. All right, it is time to try the triple berry. The squeeze is firm. If you didn't see that fly out of my hand, it is a little icy on the sides. That was kind of fun. Let's see about the scoop. It's on the firm side, but it's scooping fairly well. So not the most prominent of scoop lines. And the second piece kind of just fell out of the container as opposed to really scooping, so it didn't really form. So I'm not, I was really looking forward to this one. I'm not so sure now with that texture. And it is firm to the spoon. Go ahead and give this a taste. Okay, this is really good. Okay, the flavor on this one is just exceptional. The way those blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries sort of meld together gives a nice tartness and a nice sweetness to the overall taste, the overall flavor. I am just a little disappointed with the texture. If this had just been a little softer, this would have been spot on. This would have been top 5 easily. And I'm not entirely sure what held the texture back. Did we need to add more sugar? Shouldn't have. The berries, we added our normal 2/3 of a cup, and the berries themselves should have brought in some extra sugar. Maybe they needed to be roasted a little bit longer, like they contributed more water to the mix as opposed to the milk fat. I'm not sure if I could have offset that with another few egg yolks. So I don't know if maybe if I had roasted them just a little bit longer, or if I had boiled them in the pan a little bit longer so that they were a little less watery. Maybe that's what's contributing to this. I mean, it's still very good. It's just not incredibly soft like a lot of our ice creams have been lately. This one I'm eating all of. Don't judge me. But before I do, would I make this again? Absolutely. We could even try, instead of triple berry, we could increase it to, quadruple or quintuple berry. We could mix in some blackberry, or I don't know if boysenberry or gooseberries would work well. There are definitely berries that I would not include. Things like avocados and bananas are technically berries, but that's not what I'm going for here. I'm going for what we would traditionally think of as a berry. So yes, making this again. We'll roast it a little bit longer, or maybe boil it a little bit longer to get rid of a lot of the water, and we'll see if that makes a difference. We could always change our milk to cream ratio and maybe go with a full cream, and that might help to offset a lot of the water because that's more milk fat. But either way, definitely making this one again. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and we will see you again next time. Bye!